I was probably tall as a child, but probably stopped growing as a child too. A simple quote by Kevin Hart. How many of you have a celebrity you look up to? Well, for mine, unfortunately, he has to look up to me. But because of his height, he used that to his advantage. He used that for his fame, for all his jokes. The celebrity Kevin Hart has inspired me through his ambitious mentality, to keep striving beyond what I think my capabilities may be. First, I want to introduce a little bit more about who Kevin Hart is. Then I will mention some of his success because of his ambition. Last, I will connect to how the ambition inspires me. So who was Kevin Hart before he became the actual Kevin Hart? People only knew him as the comedian actor, but before the fame, he was known as Lil Kev, the comedic bastard back in Philly, his hometown. Kevin Hart had a rough childhood. He lived with a single mom, while his dad was in a constant battle with drugs and the law. The father was rarely around, and he was always in and out of jail. To combat the pain of his childhood, young Kevin Hart would use humor as his coping mechanism for his father's struggles. These life experiences would later become the backbone and fuel for a lot of his comedy and his jokes. He likes to have these jokes relate to his life experiences and kind of cope with his mechanism again. When he finally broke into comedy as a passion, he struggled to have any shows at the local comedy clubs in Philadelphia. But with due time, everyone in the hometown knew who Kevin Hart was, and not Lil Kev anymore. His biggest stand-up comedy show was in front of 30,000 people at the famous Madison Square Garden in New York. But the very next year, he found himself outdoing himself at the Lincoln Financial Field, the stadium for the Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles. That sits 50,000 people. You see, just to be able to sell out a comedy club is an achievement in itself. But to do it at your own hometown, at the biggest stadium of all, is a larger accomplishment. Look here, I'm doing a speech and I can't even sell out a class that we paid to be enrolled in. Being able to go from struggling to sell at the smallest comedy clubs to larger and bigger venues to show his drive and ambition, to succeed in his comedic passion, he didn't get discouraged. He also, although it's not acting, he also won a couple awards too. He won awards for Ride Along 1 and 2 that he did with the rapper Ice Cube. He won an award for Central Intelligence that he did with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Can you smell what The Rock's cooking? But he also won a Voice Actor Award for Favorite Villain in the movie Secret Life of Pets. So how does his ambition inspire me exactly? Kevin Hart's ambition inspires me to fight my own limitations of what success should be. In a recent interview, Esquire magazine asked Kevin Hart, "You were just announced the highest paid comedian by Forbes. What do you attribute to that success?" He said, "Hard work and dedication. That is an announcement I really want to care about. It's amazing, it's a blessing. But at the same time, I'm looking into the future. Where will I be in 2018? Where will I be in 2019 and 2020? It's always more and can always be more. I'm never content. I love being in the position, thinking this is great, but how do I keep this going? And how do I go above and beyond to get above and beyond results?" Success to me goes beyond being financially successful. It's successful how I can be mentally, physically, intellectually, and how successful can I be in every aspect that I want and I care about. Like Kevin Hart, success never comes with being content, but rather by a constant improvement within myself. In conclusion, the ambition that Kevin Hart resembles inspires me the most. I mentioned more about who Kevin Hart was, how ambitious he is, and how all of that makes me admire him. He has inspired me with that ambitious mentality to keep succeeding beyond what I thrive for later on. A final quote by Kevin Hart that he gave during one of his stand-up comedian shows. He said, "Appreciate the hard work and the process of hard work, because after that's over and you reap the rewards, you look back on these moments and you respect those moments the best." Thank you.